our passion. This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Breaking right now, terror attacks in 3 countries. At least 28 people were killed, dozens hurt when gunmen stormed a beach resort in Tunisia and opened fire.
Yeah, another attack happened in France. Security heightened there after 1 person was killed and 2 others injured in an explosion in an American gas factory. And in Kuwait, at least 25 people were killed in a suicide bombing at a mosque.
Plus, an historic day across the U.S., the Supreme Court making a decision on a debate spanning decades. Gay marriage now legal in all 50 states. Hello again, I'm Ken Rosato.
And I'm Liz Cho. David and Charlene are off today, and reaction is coming in right now across the tri-state area and across the country. And marriage licenses are being issued in states that once banned same-sex marriage.
Celebrations are underway right now at the historic Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village. It's a symbol of the gay rights movement and just became a New York City landmark this week.
And here's a live look right now at City Hall, where rainbow flags are flying right now. The historic ruling also coming on a gay pride weekend here in the city. ABC's Stephanie Ramos continues our team coverage outside the Supreme Court building in D.C.
In a historic decision, the United States is now a nation where gay people can get married. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled today gay couples and lesbian couples have a constitutional right to marry. The 5-4 decision is the end to an extensive and combative battle over what many are calling, quote, the defining civil rights challenge of our time. It's a moment for history. In a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court said today that same-sex couples do have a constitutional right to marry in all 50 states.
They've reaffirmed that all Americans are entitled to the equal protection of the law, that all people should be treated equally, regardless of who they are or who they love.
Outside the court, jubilation.
This is about human dignity, and this is about equality.
37 states and the District of Columbia already allow legal same-sex marriage. But with this decision, same-sex couples in the remaining 13 states will now have that same right. As we've seen in many close decisions recently, Justice Anthony Kennedy was the deciding vote.
Well, we'll continue to stand for the reality that marriage is the union of a man and a woman.
There's been a huge swing in support for same-sex marriage in recent years. An ABC News Washington Post poll in April found that 61% of Americans say gays and lesbians should be allowed to marry legally, the highest level of support ever. The case behind today's decision started 2 years ago when the Supreme Court ruled in a separate matter that same-sex spouses must have the same federal rights as married couples. That ruling, however, did not address whether or not gay marriage is a constitutional right. As of today, it is. Reporting at the Supreme Court, Stephanie Ramos, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, live cameras rolling as the president called the lead plaintiff in the case to congratulate them.
I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. I think it was your wishes.
You know, your leadership on this, you know, has changed the country.
I really appreciate that, Mr. President. It's really been an honor for me to be involved in this fight and to have been able to, you know, fight for my marriage and live up to my commitments to my husband.
Mayor de Blasio also reacting, releasing a statement. It reads in part, June 26, 2015 will forever be memorialized as a pivotal moment in the history of our nation, the day the Supreme Court affirmed our core values of love, equality, and justice, rejected ignorance and malice, and appealed to the humanity in us all. We also found this Uber showing its support for the Supreme Court decision. If you open the app, all cars have rainbow flags. A lot of people still commenting and reacting to this news on social media, including our Facebook page. Stay with Eyewitness News and ABC News for more coverage of the U.S. Supreme Court's historic ruling on same-sex marriage.
Well, there's new information this afternoon about a woman in the Bronx who killed in her home on her birthday. Her mother discovered her body in the apartment on Brook Avenue in the South Bronx section, and we have learned that her brother has been taken into custody. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is in the Bronx this afternoon with the very latest. Darla.
Liz, the official word by the NYPD at this point is that they have taken a person of interest into custody, and they are speaking to that man about the murder. But sources tell Eyewitness News at this point, the man taken into custody just this morning is the victim's own brother.
It looked like it was her head, and there was like a barbell, a dumbbell next to the body. I don't know if that was used, but it was a lot of blood.
Sources say 30-year-old Erica Wilson died after her head had been smashed in with a free weight. But if there was a struggle, neighbors say they never heard a thing, only the screams by Wilson's family upon the discovery of her body.
She said, my sister's dead, my sister dead. I'm like, your sister? So when I looked at her, she looked like her sister. So I went up to the apartment, opened it, and sure enough, there was nothing I could do. She was laid out, there was blood everywhere.
Friends tell Eyewitness News Wilson's mother came to her Brook Avenue apartment in the Melrose section of the Bronx Thursday evening around 7 when she couldn't reach her 30-year-old daughter by phone. It was her birthday.
When I heard the yell and the screams, the sister and another lady were running down the stairs.
The fourth-floor apartment where Wilson lived is described as a bloody crime scene with clear signs of a struggle. As to why anyone would want to harm her, the NYPD will only say at this time that the murder is under investigation.
She was a real nice lady. She lived here for maybe about 3-4 years. I know she worked in, I think, Toys R Us in the Gateway Mall. And she was a sweetheart. I didn't think anybody would do something like that to her.
Now, again, the sources tell Eyewitness News that the victim's own brother has been taken into custody in reference to this murder, but no official arrest has been made. Reporting live in the Melrose section of the Bronx, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Darla, thank you. New at noon, a posthumous honor for a New York City detective who helped out at Ground Zero after 9/11. An hour ago, Spur Drive North in Bayshore in Suffolk County was renamed in honor of Detective Tommy Merriweather. Merriweather was a member of the Army National Reserve, the National Guard, and a Scoutmaster. He retired from the police force after 20 years. Merriweather died at age 49 from pancreatic cancer linked to his exposure to toxins at the World Trade Center site. Well, police in Queens are on the hunt for a sexual predator, and investigators have released video of the suspect. They say the man tried to rape a woman after following her into her Ridgewood apartment building yesterday. Detectives say the suspect nearly forced his way into the woman's apartment, but she managed to lock him out.
Well, caught on camera, frightening robbery in Bed-Stuy. The video shows two gunmen cornering customers and staff at the Malik clothing store on Fulton Avenue this past Wednesday. One customer was pistol whipped across the face. The thieves got away with cash, cell phones, and clothes. And in New Jersey, a bizarre and apparently random attack on a driver. Now, police are looking into whether it's linked to similar incidents last year. The latest attack happened Tuesday night in the Monmouth County town of Colts Neck. The victim's description of the suspect is similar to those from 5 unsolved attacks. In Tuesday's attack, a man parked behind the victim, asked her for directions, and then sprayed her in the face with some sort of irritant.
We now want to turn to meteorologist Bill Evans.
Yes, he has the after-school AccuWeather forecast. Last day of school for a lot of folks.
This is it. School is out for summer. It is going to be the end for the New York City schools this afternoon. Sunny breaks, pleasant weather, great. After school today, kids get outside and enjoy, put on the sunscreen, sunblock. UV index still at 8 even on today. Tomorrow we start to see this storm developing and coming in the afternoon and the evening. So you want to be outside tomorrow, be out early, be out often. Late in the day we got rain. It'll be rain overnight and into Sunday. Sunny breaks come back on Sunday afternoon. We'll talk about that next in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast for the weekend. Liz, Kim, back